In light of the passing of Disney Star Wars, I would like to welcome anybody who has anything positive to say to come up and say something.
Anyone with a
Positive to say about Star Wars? Any recollection of the damn thing at all?
yes.
The fans of the damn thing doxed me and ruined my damn life. I'm just here to make sure they did.
Thank you.
Thank you, Skippy. Screw it. Wheel the corpse out.
Yo, Dre, what up? I got something to say.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground. A young nigga got it bad cause I'm brown.
Star Wars. One of the things that help keep young men stay virgins better than purity rings. Are those even still a thing? Last I heard about those things were when the Jonas Brothers claimed they were doing the purity thing. Now, I'm convinced Disney used to have quiet orgy parties to let the overly controlled teens blow off steam. I mean, how else do you explain how crazy some of them got post their shows getting cancelled? That or pump them full of drugs, I bet. That's my wild take for this video. Anyway, speaking of Disney and barely functioning, let's check out one of the greatest Hollywood tragedies, Star Wars.
No mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough.
Man, I know it's hard to believe right now, but once upon a time, Star Wars was a money-printing machine. Even if the prequels divided people like OnlyFans divided families, and gave too many sad men a chance to see a mother and daughter ruin their lives to the tune of disappointed fathers and suicidal brothers, probably also increasing the sales of cigarettes and booze and pharmaceuticals too, now that I think about it. Whoopsie, sidetracked it. Anyway, even with the division from the prequels, none could deny the fantastic duels, the quotable lines that you didn't feel like leaping into traffic after hearing, villains that we needed to see more of, like General Grievous, Count Dooku, Maul, and let's not forget seeing all these amazing Jedi like the bad Sith killer himself, Mace Ezekiel 25 verse 17, Windu. I mean, whew! Even if you only chose the originals as the definitive Star Wars, let's be real. Both trilogies gave us Yoda, family drama that would have Telemundo looking at the screen like, oh Dios mío, he chopped up his son's hand. That's right, Gingo, that's what you get for not giving me that damn tequila meal. Music that made you just want to climb onto a cliff and enjoy the view like you were on an edit. The coolest role models were even there, and Han and Lando proved that charm has no racial barriers. Ooh baby. We didn't know how good we had it. The party didn't even have to stop after the 6 movies. We had expanded universe books, we had crazy action figures, lightsaber toys that you could buy, projects on YouTube by fans, and Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. I mean, fuck yeah. Grievous and Ventress and Dooku, man, those people were on demon time. But of course, the good times had to end. Why, man? Why? Oh, George, why did you sell it to the mouse? Say it ain't so, Georgie. Say it ain't so. Okay. Let's get this over with. In the year of our Lord, 30th of October, 2012, George Lucas sold Star Wars and all related properties of Lucasfilm Ltd. to Disney. Disney then left Star Wars under the care of Kathleen Kennedy.
Who?
Kathleen Kennedy. She was there, back in the day with George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, getting them their coffee. She couldn't even do that right. But you know what? I'm not going to harp. Plenty of people have done that already. And to be fair, she did level up and become a producer worth her while. She did some behind-the-scenes stuff and helped get successes out there, like Back to the Future trilogy, E.T., Goonies, and some other heavy hitters that would make you think, you know what, maybe she's got this. She then hired, Dave Filoni and Abby Hogan from the MCU to help make some more money. I mean, more entertainment for the audience. The first one out the gate was a bomb. Star Wars The Clone Wars. What the fuck is that? Dude looks like a Skyrim mod that MXR Mods forgot to take out of his recycle bin. No. He looks like someone tried to draw Kelsa from that 70s show from memory. No, like Farrah Fawcett mid-transition. Sorry. Anyway, this was dog shit and almost got a Razzie. Personally, I couldn't get into it because I already had my Clone Wars, which led perfectly into the Revenge of the Sith, but this thing got more love as a TV show, which was beyond me because no matter how much I tried to watch it, it was just more and more filler. The only decent thing that came out of it, I would say, was basically we got to see more Maul. The show was a vanity project that added more holes to the plot than there were holes in Hefner's house back in his heyday. Anyway, the show did eventually shut out stuff like Rebels, which only seems to be more filler, and it seems to only exist so they could try to plug up some of the plot holes from Clone Wars and set up the Ahsoka show. It did also have an inconsequential fight between Vader and his former Padawan Ahsoka, but it had no relevance and, to be honest, very forgettable if you think about it. Like, we needed more filler. By the way, get used to more filler, because that's basically become the bread and butter of Star Wars at this point. And look, guys, say what you will, I don't think we should know the clones' names, nor should they even have special names, unless they're like big generals or something. The point of the clones were they were just grunts. But you know what, I just see it as all the beginning at the end, so let's move on. Next, we move to the first cinematic experience Star Wars given us since 2005. A New Hope Electric Boogaloo, The Force Awakens. It had some positivity and enthusiasm at the time because everybody was just excited that Star Wars was back. Too bad the sequels that came after it kind of pissed on everything. Anyway, the movie stars Daisy Ridley's Rey, a random overpowered chick in the desert. Power riveting. Also, Poe Dameron, who was diverse Han Solo, played by Oscar Isaac. Not gonna lie, Oscar Isaac did a good job with it. He grew on me, so hey, could have been worse. And then Disney's biggest foible, John Boyega's Finn, a former stormtrooper who rebels against the Empire. The First Order, the second coming of the Empire. Finn ends up being an idiot who can't fight, screams Rey's name throughout the entire trilogy, and just exists as Poe's better half. Keep these characters in mind with the sequels moving forward. Anyway, the next thing Disney shot out was Rogue One. The only thing to take from this thing is Vader killing people in the hallway, which admittedly was pretty cool. The Death Star plans getting from Andor to, Leia. Also the Andor series, a backdoor pilot to it, basically. The movie is filler. Yes, I'm going to keep using the word filler over and over again, and not by accident. The reason I'm doing it is so you understand how much filler there is in the current version of Star Wars. Anyway, next, The Last Jedi. All the redeeming parts of Force Awakens get shit on, and they kill off Luke, and then plan to bet everything that was originally linked to the older cast on Leia. That did not work out for them. Anyway, the movie basically shits on Luke and Poe throughout its runtime, and they tried to make Rey and Kylo a thing. Trust me, don't waste your time. This was basically an ego dick swing by an auteur trying to act smarter than the fandom he was making a sequel for. Next, Solo. Yeah, thanks to The Last Jedi being a clusterfuck, this origin story for Han Solo whimpered like the actor did when he was in Ironheart. Not even Childish Gambino could save this. The movie is basically a waste of time that tries to explain why Han Solo is the way he is in A New Hope. Anyway, moving on to The Resistance. Skip it. Even The Force Awakens got a filler prequel. It's nothing but filler and tries to fill in the blanks that happens before The Force Awakens, so not worth it. Next, The Mandalorian. Yay, 3 seasons of a Boba Fett fan fiction that at the time they knew they couldn't really do since Boba Fett was still, dead in the Rancor pit, so they made this instead. The Mandalorian, which was basically Team Boba. Team Boba does 3 seasons of basically being an escort mission for a merchandise project. wasn't so bad, because apparently people liked it, and yeah, I'll admit it had some merit, until politics, gender, and sexuality wars and insufferable actors and artists chased away like one of the few actors that a lot of people liked, on hypocritical charges, mind you. Also a shit ton of shameless cameos, bad writing, also trying to sideline the main actor while also trying to maintain merchandise opportunities. So yeah, if you want to, just pretend it ends after the first season like I did with Castlevania. Next, The Rise of Skywalker. The finale to the new movie trilogy that shat the bed like Amber Heard did and rolls around it like a pig. Without a villain, thanks to the acts of a so-called Artur Ryan Johnson, eat shit Johnson, they had to drag Palpatine back from the dead just so we can have an actual enemy. Because Lord knows they weren't going to try to piss off the shippers by using Kylo as the main villain. They use archive footage and last shots with the actress who played Leia, since, well, she's no longer with us, and they killed off basically everybody else of the OG cast except Lando. Yeah. Oh, right, Chewie too, sorry. This basically pissed off everybody and made Star Wars a damaged brand that hasn't seen a theatrical release since. Next, The Book of Boba Fett. Remember when I talked about The Mandalorian being a fanfic of Boba Fett? Yeah. After the success of The Mandalorian, they realized we could just make now an actual Boba Fett show and milk more out of the fan base. One thing you can't deny is Disney will always chase after proven ideas way too late. They decided to actually do a Boba Fett show that wasted the actor playing him and did nothing with his character except basically make him act completely out of normal. Even The Mandalorian came in and basically hijacked the show. After that, The Mandalorian kept dying and dying and dying despite not fully dying. Until, well, Disney just said, you know what, we're going to wrap this up with a movie about The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is the Baby Yoda character's name. This was, I would assume, the last time the OG trilogy fans gave a shit. They tapped out and went. Next. Star Wars Visions. Star Wars Visions. The last decent thing that Star Wars has ever made. Well, at least the first volume. This was an anthology series that Japan made using the Star Wars IP that they were given the okay from Disney to just be creative, have fun, make some stuff while they figure out their next move. Surprisingly to basically everybody involved, including the audience, the first season was actually pretty good. Until the second season rocked up and made all of us want to hang ourselves. Next, The Bad Batch. Filler for the clones. More clone content. Yeah, if you like the clones, all power to you, I just can't. The basic plot about this is the clones that didn't go through with the Order 66 because of reputation, they got their own thing and they're shut out 3 seasons. If you honestly care about this, go ahead. I would recommend using your time wisely and going outside. But hey, that's me. Moving on, next. Oy. Obi-Wan can blow me. More filler, yay. Right after Revenge of the Sith, we find Obi-Wan, who gets replaced by a retard who can barely use the Force and abandons Luke to go save Princess Leia, who somehow got abducted from her wall-to-wall security, royal and family members, and you know what, screw it, moving on. She gets abducted, and this only exists so we can introduce a character called the third sister named Reva. This girl, who was apparently one of the children Anakin didn't double tap during Order 66 and the killing of the younglings. She tries to defeat Vader by joining him and helping him kill anybody who could challenge him while killing innocent people. Seriously, who wrote this? Hezbollah? The Houthis? Screw it. Anyway, Obi-Wan eventually remembers he's actually Obi-Wan and eventually fights and defeats Vader again. And now, thanks to the other movies needing to happen, he leaves him again, and instead of killing him, guarantees Vader's gonna cause more havoc as the years go on, making every death that happens after this Obi-Wan's fault. Thank you, Star Wars. Next, Tales of the Jedi. filler about Count Dooku in his younger days and Mace Windu and Obi-Wan as Padawans. Yay. Exploring stuff about them, some stuff about Ahsoka. Only being relevant if you're gonna watch Tales of the Empire. Didn't even know this thing existed, so screw it, I'm moving on. I'm not gonna poison myself anymore. Next, Andor. Hey, remember Andor from Rogue One? Me too! He's back. Or we're going back in time to when he was still alive and helping civilians revolt against the Empire being, well, an authoritarian government. The show wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good. Problem was, it was kind of a massive departure from Star Wars itself as an IP, without doing actual legwork to try to connect and get people to care. It just went from something the family could watch to something only adults would watch, which was weird. And, well, writing-wise, it was pretty solid, despite the second season trying everything in its power to be edgy and dark, but just weirded people out. But politics and the such basically ruined the show, and a lot of infighting between the fans who couldn't accept this thing as Star Wars and those who could. Anyway, not that important. Moving on, next. We had something else I didn't even know about. Young Jedi Adventures. Apparently, Yoda sends up a couple of kids to go do some stuff. Okay, it's a kid's show. Let them have it. I'm not gonna piss on their parade. They can have it. It is what it is. Yeah, for my response to this show, refer back to Tales of the Jedi. Next, Ahsoka. What I think feministic stoicism is. Just standing around and mean mugging. Yeah. More filler, yay. This filler revolving around Ahsoka and some characters from Rebels and one character from the expanded universe. They grave robbed Admiral Thrawn after declaring the EU non-canon. Nothing of value comes from the show, and yeah. Oh, sorry, there was some redeemable moments. Ray Stevenson, R.I.P., did his best to elevate the show. Hayden Christensen once again shines as Anakin Skywalker again. And yeah, the show has Rosario Dawson and Mary Elizabeth Winstead in it. That's it. Like to be honest, Rosario and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, they were just here for the paycheck. They didn't seem to care. Ray Stevenson tried. Too bad he's not going to be around for the second season. They're going to try to drag, and who knows? Maybe the second season will be good. Picard season 3 almost redeemed the entire show until, well, it shot the bed again. So who knows? There's always hope. Next. Tales of the Empire. Basically Tales of the Jedi, but darker, and yeah, you get the point. Basically, in order to understand this, you had to do homework like Tales of the Jedi, Bad Batch, Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Rebels, all those things you gotta watch just to make sense of whatever the hell this nonsense is. Homework, the TV show. So, no, I'm good. You want my response to this? Refers to Tales of the Jedi. Can't be bothered. Next, The Acolyte. A waste of a good cast. Egregious canon breaking to the point you can have a drinking game with how many times they break canon. It, at the same time, is boring, minus a couple of fight scenes that don't make sense, break canon, and just make the rest of the movies that follow this, mind you, this is before the events of Phantom Menace, make no sense. Force-sensitive twins, who, like Anakin, were birthed from the Force. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Force, the Thread. Also, Ki-Adi-Mundi is now apparently way older than his species. The Jedi Council apparently are wrong about their own history. And there's technology that can basically say screw you to whatever lightsaber technique you're gonna use. Even retconning things like Anakin's Force birth being miraculous, and even forcing cameos in to try to make us care. Like Yoda and, you know what, screw it, I'm not even going to go further than this. This was the show that broke the camel's back, and I'm not gonna let it destroy my personal peace. Next, Skeleton Crew. Goonies in space. What else can I say? Redeemable factors, the show knows its audience, so it didn't do all that bad. Got people to like it. Some people try to drum up a fake fight over it, but not worth it, and yeah, it's got Jude Law, who's always a plus. I'm not gonna shit on it anymore, because, well, it's like it. So, moving on. Pointless sequels and content on the way. Some more nonsense that is apparently coming is the Mall TV show, Taika Waititi's trilogy, Rian Johnson's trilogy, Ryan Gosling's Starfighter, and yeah, Ray's trilogy. Even if I think the Starfighter movie with Ryan Gosling is gonna be probably written well, the movie will still probably crash and burn financially, because most people are just burnt out. You see, this is the problem that basically killed Star Wars. Okay, I know that this video seems like it was a meandering mess, but I did that on purpose to prove a point. Star Wars is so bogged down by so much unnecessary crap at this point that even if you skip some stuff, not only does that mean you didn't miss that much, you are actually doing yourself a favor. As more shows release and get multiple seasons, we get more retcons that need more shows to make more sense out of them. And all that does is create fatigue and confusion as to whether this is entertainment or even homework. There's also the propaganda that people are insanely tired of, if they even noticed it at the time, and don't bother with. That just takes them out of the content, and the character assassinations and the lore breaking. Man, if you're lucky, just makes the past or the future installments there another problem. Too many things coming in between and after the movies to the point where you just get lost. None of this stuff starts to feel special anymore. All of this feels like it's too much. Looking at you, especially Kenobi. Star Wars hasn't been in the cinema since 2019, despite being known for its theatrical releases, and has now become a tab on a streaming service. That has never turned a profit, by the way. At this point, that is a kindness to this homestead of cinema. Even if Disney actually shits out this crap that they claim they're gonna throw out, it'll just basically be brand grape at this point. Disney and Kathleen Kennedy, remember, who is still overseeing all of this, 100% ruined Star Wars. And you all need to go home, and I need a hug. So stay with me as I say a little prayer for Star Wars, but once it's over, I hope you have a great day or evening. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this so far, please go ahead and spread me around like COVID. I want to be the gift that keeps on giving. Everyone, we are gathered here today to say goodbye to Star Wars. It was born, got coked out, had bad children, and then died out of shame. We all had dreams for Star Wars, but it was just not meant to be. Maybe after a long rest we can see a miracle, a resurrection, and hopefully a dream. We see, I have a dream for Star Wars. I have a dream that children will one day be excited to grab their papa's robe and pretend they're a Force user. I have a dream today that fans in cinema will scream out with joy at the sound of a new Star Wars movie. I have a dream today that people will actually die when stabbed by a lightsaber, and stakes can actually return to the galaxy far, far away. And we can argue together, talk shit together, and call out bullshit together without fear of cancellation. Let freedom ring from the clutches of corrupt companies and sexual assaulted enablers and hack writers. Let freedom ring from lies and clickbait of bad faith journalists and activists who call themselves trustworthy. Let freedom ring from woke intersectional topics in media. Let freedom ring. I've been to Lucasfilm. I might not get there with you. We must let it ring so lightsabers can illuminate cinemas to cheers and Krypton forever alone Wookiee cries. Free at last, free at last. Please, God Almighty, let Star Wars die. Free at last. Good night. Amen.
I mean, this, I can't tell you how much this means to me. see all the love that you have for this franchise, and you see all the incredible costumes, and it's a very unique thing that we all get to be a part of, and I'm very grateful for that.